I'm sitting here today with a man whose fingerprints are all over Hollywood, from visual effects on Hunger Games and Pirates of the Caribbean to his 2 Academy Award wins for art direction on Avatar and Alice in Wonderland. Robert Stromberg has worked on dozens of films, and now his already long and impressive resume gets a new title, director. Mr. Stromberg, thank you so much for joining us here at ArcLight Sherman Oaks.
It's great to be here. It's beautiful theater.
Oh, thank you. What was it about Maleficent that made you want to take the reins as a director?
You know, I've spent years and years studying art, creating worlds, but I've also in that time sort of been an observer of life. And it's really fun to be able to sort of gather up all those little tidbits of information and now tie it into a world that you were involved with creating. And so to me, that's the sort of really the fun of this all.
What's your process for making sure that a set or a scene has that feel that you're looking for?
I think we aim for a unity in all departments so that the overall vision has a singular emotional impact. I always make sure that the departments are talking to each other. Everything down to the props and the lighting all have to come into play to make something that is truly special.
We have to talk about these gorgeous costumes that you've loaned to ArcLight in order to bring guests, I guess, a little closer to the magic of filmmaking.
I've always had a real fascination with not only the design of the film, but also how the costumes fit into the overall view of the film and how they interact with the actor's performance. I think especially Maleficent, you know, she has a series of costumes throughout the film. And those costumes are leading up to this iconic figure that we all know.
I must say, I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
So that's what a costume can do, just visually for a character. And then with an actress with the talents of Angelina, filling that costume, you sort of have a force to be reckoned with.
Oh dear. What an awkward situation.
It's a big, big movie. Some scenes must have presented pretty big challenges for you.
You know, I think coordinating the battle scenes, things like that, are technically the most difficult because you're dealing with lots of little pieces and lots of elaborate stunts and those types of things. Those can be very time-consuming and sort of more difficult to plot out. For me, the technical aspects of making a movie are actually much more difficult than dealing with the actual emotion of it.
That's good. It means you're probably a people person.
I am a people person.
Does it present any kind of extra excitement or challenges when you're working with an actor who is so well known, who is so prominent in the industry?
We learned so much from each other. I learned so much about bringing emotion out in acting, and I think she learned a lot also about how to bring all of these huge elements together in a film this big and make those work with that character. So I think we both spent a lot of fun time just learning from each other.
How wonderful.
It seems very personal for you, this story, and like the emotional side of it.
I wanted to make a movie that I could take my 9-year-old daughter to see. There's a really deep soul and a heart to this movie, which Elle Fanning brings to the film. And it's that contrast with Maleficent's character that I love so much. It's how those two budding opposite emotions can somehow unite and create this sort of singular, beautiful thing.
I know who you are.
Do you?
You're my fairy godmother.
Part of respecting those old classic, you know, Disney events is to create something that's updated and something that is acceptable for today's generation, today's kids, today's families. So we really had fun with the evilness of it as opposed to trying to do something that was too dark and scary. So I think, you know, it's a fine line to walk, but that was the sort of ultimate goal and I think what we achieved.
A lot of ArcLight guests are very much involved in the entertainment industry. They may already be very successful at it, or they may be trying to break in. What would you say to somebody who would love to follow in your footsteps?
Be afraid. I think you need to do things that set you on a course. I mean, you're not born a director. You have to earn being a director. You're not born an artist. You have to sort of earn all of these accolades and positions that you get. So I think it's a lot of hard work. It's never doubting yourself. I think it's always following your passion. Never give up on that dream.